film. It's basically a kind of horror rock more than anything else. It's a fun thing with lots of bodily fluids flying around.
It's like every bodily fluid known to mankind that you could have written is written in it.
Yeah, there was even a shark.
It's just a crazy adventure and absolutely gruesome and gross and disgusting and wonderful that every horror movie should really be, and I'm terribly proud to be a part of it.
Enjoy it.
Parents sent you here because they hope that Hardway's ethos of absolute discipline and hard work will turn around your wayward lives.
This disease, I think that's what turned them. Really, I think.
Please welcome to the stage writer Paul Gerstenberger and the star Jessica Parker Kennedy. Now, I mean, well, this is the first time you've seen this, right? So, is it your vision? Has it ended up?
Not quite. I mean, there's the endings and the beginning aren't what was scripted.
Right.
So that was kind of new stuff that was added. But the rest, the middle bit.
You're in shock, aren't you, seeing it? I can see you're a bit dazed.
Yeah, I'm a little bit speaking.
What did you think, Jessica? I mean, how did you find it?
Well, yeah. I mean, going into it, we knew that we had the ending would be different and the beginning would be different, but we loved the middle.
I mean, I guess it kind of works. It becomes a kind of rather than a whodunit, it's a kind of who didn't get it.
Right.
Kind of ending, I guess.
But I totally got it.
Yeah,
Did you get it?
It was you, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, no, I thought it was very interesting.
It's full on gore, though. I mean, that's all there, isn't it? So it's pretty good from that point of view.
Good stuff in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Come on then. If anybody want to ask a question, can you yell out? We have who was that? Go on then.
Well, I was going to ask, did you have any input into the production after you'd written it and it's gone to film? Sounds like you didn't.
No, I mean, I had quite a lot with. I developed it with the producer of it, a guy called Matt Chaplin, who's really good. And we spent like 2 years on it. He worked kind of over here, and he became the on the ground producer in Canada. I only went over to Canada during the location scout, which involved kind of finding the camp, and we went around some slaughterhouses as well, which was kind of cool. Although I had shoes at the time which had holes in the bottom, and I kind of underestimated how much blood there would be for some reason. So I spent the whole time kind of dancing around like a cat.
And it's that red socks.
Yeah, that's what it became.
Well, I hope you've got new shoes on.
Yeah, these are new. Yeah.
Oh, good.
You
Right.
know, but so he kind of once we went to Canada and they started shooting, I think everyone was just really kind of determined to get to shoot the
Sure.
script. It's pretty much the script. There's just some stuff they couldn't get basically, which meant kind of a little bit later going back and kind of shoot some, kind of plug the gaps basically. And I think largely successfully. Yeah.
Was it one of your first films, Jessica?
It's my first horror film, you could say, I suppose. Actually, that's not true. My second. But it was definitely. I don't know. That's the hardest work I've ever done on set ever. I just was exhausting watching it, thinking of all the kicking and the screaming and losing my voice and the kicking and the screaming and the fighting and the pushing and the yelling and. It was like, I think our last day on set that we had shooting was the day when I was like hacking that guy's face off, and we had like an 18-hour day or something, and I had only drank coffee all day, and I passed right out on set right before we shot that, so I took an hour break, and then I got up and bashed his face in, so.
And we shot the vomiting stuff, all the stomach pump stuff, it's They got loads of that, didn't they?
They got enough vomit shots that the movie you could have had an hour and a half of strictly vomiting, which is almost what it was, really.
Anyone else? Let's have another question. Ooh. Paul, pick somebody. The light. Right.
The original ending, it originally opened in a slaughterhouse, and you saw how the meat was being used, these animals were being tested on, and it created this kind of dangerous strain of illegal meat. And the ending was basically the kids escaping the camp, and some of them actually making it as far as the slaughterhouse, and the rest of the monsters catching up with them for a kind of last stand type scenario amongst all swinging carcasses and stuff. It was very ambitious, and that was stuff that was left at the end of the shoot.
Right.
And that's so that's what would have happened. And I think you would have seen more of the characters' arcs as well. The characters, particularly your character, had a lot more of a journey to go on, which kind of it's a shame.
I remember we had some stuff in the forest and everything.
Right.
Yeah, like that big wound I had on my arm was because I got shot with an arrow and that sort of thing. So, yeah.
Yeah, you two, or you know who she goes. Oh, am I picking somebody?
No, you shout.
Oh. Come on, get a grip. It's only early.
Sorry? What's the shot that got cut from the script?
Oh, the shot that got cut. It wasn't shots. It was kind of whole sequences. Yeah. I mean, there's various things missing. I mean, you originally saw as Jessica was saying, you originally saw the girl. Can't remember her name. Kelly being killed, and that's how you incur your wound.
Well, it's
And
also a
that was shot.
scene of Kelly and I kissing, which never made it into
Oh, yeah. So we've got to bemoan the loss of that.
The loss of her death and the loss of our kiss.
I mean, the actors threw themselves into it, though, didn't they? I mean, you all got on. I mean, it looked like you were having a good time.
Oh, it's so much fun. We were just exhausted, but we had so much fun. We really did. It's so fun to shoot film like that because you can cuss as much as you want and kind of go off script a little bit and
What?
a little bit. As soon as I said that, I was like, great time.
Couple more. This guy's desperate. A desperate man.
What gave you the idea for the sort of story of it, and what's something you're
the idea came from a bunch of stuff. I had a script that went out as a horror thing, and it got me a lot of meetings, and what they always ask is, what else have you got? So I had to kind of cover something on the fly. So I was kind of casting around for stuff, and Jamie Oliver was in the news at the time, kind of blending chicken nuggets, so that was an influence.
Wow.
I was a teacher at the time, and which I quit as soon as my writing took off.
That is so scary.
Yeah. And one of the kids in my class, his friend had been on that Channel 4 show where they pack off a bunch of bad kids to Nevada. And I'd asked him how it had changed him. He went, nothing. Apparently, like the next day he was like smoking weed and stuff. So I thought, so a bit of that, a bit of bad meat. And I think, and also just parental stuff. I'd become a dad, and the whole thing about how parents can mess up kind of kids' lives. And originally, I mean, it was cut before it even went to shooting script actually. But it was originally you saw the parents dropping them off and stuff. You got more of a sense of how these kids are all kind of products of their upbringing really. And here they were packed off to this place so that someone else could take responsibility where they'd kind of fallen by the wayside. And obviously they're fascist, racist. Kind of evil adults that and the kids have to kind of team up to beat the adults basically. So I mean, it was all those kind of things kind of came together, I guess. What was the second part?
Yeah. Influences, wasn't it?
Influences. The vomiting scene in Stand By Me was a big one, and just any John Carpenter movie, I guess.
Oh.
In a nutshell.
Who do you think the last person standing is, and who did you write it as?
I don't know actually. It's entirely up to, because I didn't write that. So I mean, just by the casting, I think the suspects. I mean, you're a prime candidate because I definitely saw some dark hair.
It's very possible.
Do you remember? Was it you?
No, I literally have no idea.
So I mean, I guess it's one of those kind of arty films that kind of leaves it up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Avant-garde.
Avant-garde, purposeful
An art
avant-garde.
house splatter movie.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Got two more questions, and then we'll some bloke in the middle.
So, have you any idea what the survivor time?
I guess the entire story, which must have really wrecked him or her fingers.
Yeah, that must have been. That's a long story.
That was a long story. I mean, to be honest, it took me 3 weeks to write the first draft. So at least that amount of time typing it. No wonder her fingers
Really
were-
like articulate.
Yeah.
Someone who's bandaged terribly like that.
Time's better than me, to be honest.
Amazing,
Kind of
really.
just punching people.
Last one. Who's we? Yeah.
At first, the film seems like it's going kind of like a Captain Thief away, and then the monsters come out almost out of the blue. So was that intended originally, or did it come out knowing?
I mean, I guess. I mean, there was always meant to be a kind of build-up, a sense that something was kind of going to happen, and you know, I mean, there's enough kind of things. I mean, you see the dog, the cat, poor dog. He used a real dog. I'm joking. And you know, you saw the dog, the other dog and stuff, and that's kind of like a
the dog eats the other dog, and
dog
and
eat dog world.
and I you know, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's meant, I mean, you know, and then there's a big turn. It's kind of, I mean, in script writing terms, it's called the point of no return. You know, it's the point when they could have turned back. But, you know, I mean, that's what's called the point of no return. And you know, they've failed to.
And I mean, obviously, if you eat meat that is that bad, I mean, clearly it's going to turn you into a cannibal or a zombie.
Are you a vegetarian, just out of interest? Either of you?
I love meat. That's like going to. I don't know. How about you?
I eat chicken and fish. I stay away from the cows in general. Not cow disease and such. Scary.
How come no one dies?
What was that?
Random question. How come no one dies in the actual movie? As in, why isn't that?
Well, Kelly dies. Kelly dies. You can only tell because I'm like, she.
You see her jawbone. Scarlett is eating her jawbone.
Oh, that's her, right? Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that is her. And obviously, and
Billy gets his cock ripped off, which
yes,
I guess, the blood loss alone. I mean, he was a goner.
that was awful. Sad.
Well, anyway, moving swiftly along. I mean, thank you so much for actually coming to help us with this.
Okay.
Wish the film well. It is an interesting one, as I think we will tell. But thanks a lot.
Thank you.